Howdy y'all, this is Ethan Bonreal, and I am re-recording the first part of my playthrough of Eldet. So, if you need a refresher, Eldet is a visual novel taking place in a fantasy setting that features gay romances and some really juicy ethnic men, so if you are looking for your chance to find yourself a magical husband of color, look no further because you found the right game. So we're going to jump right into this so that we get this thing moving, and I will say that I'm probably just going to stick mostly to the dialogue, and I will have some quips and stuff here and there, but this game is very dialogue-driven, given it is a visual novel. And then on top of it, the writing is actually good in this game, which is very rare for not only gay games, but visual novels in general. So I'm gonna really give it my all and try to give y'all the performance that you deserve. So let me know how you like this, and we are gonna jump right into it. So now we are starting. That's the bell. Adita, do you see anyone? Adita? No, you can take it off now. You close your eyes and take a deep breath. Man, the art in this game is very beautiful. You can tell that the creator spent a lot of time on everything that's gone into this. Anyway, I was asked to lead the meditations today. They'll come looking for me soon. All the more reason to do this quickly. Kunal, there's no going back from this. If you leave, we've been through this. I don't know what else to say. Say you'll change your mind. 16 years, Adita. 16 years, nearly my entire life, and what has that gained me? I can't do any magic, you know that. Every acolyte, every magister here has known all along. I'm tired of being here. I'm tired of mages. You know, given the years we've been friends, you might have found the time to say you were tired of me. I'd have left you alone. Don't do that. You know I don't mean you. Look, not everyone is meant for this kind of life. If I've learned anything here, it's that. I'm not meant for it. You can't know that. Not if you leave now. Years of meditation, years of fasting, years of my sight being blacked out by that hood. This isn't what I want from my life. Leaving is the only chance I have. Adita, could you please at least look at... I'm not trying to live your life for you. I just don't know about this. I've agreed to it, I'm packed, and we're here at the compass, so now. You haven't even told me where you're going or what it is you're doing. Can you even explain to me what a Tomb Raider is supposed to be? Alright, so we have our first set of dialogue options here. I am going to play a truthful Kunal, and we are going to say it's simple. They're treasure seekers, because that's what Tomb Raiders are. Is this the life? Oh, is this life really so distasteful that you'd rather be, what, some kind of pirate? Now is probably the worst time to make me doubt myself. It's too late to change my mind, Adita. Just let me do this. Does this raider, whoever he is, does he know? Kunal. He knows I've studied here, and that's all he needed to know. And this is a school for mages. Kunal. That's what he thinks you are. Adita, What happens when you can't do the magic he's hired you to do? What will he do to you then? He hasn't told me what he needs me to do. He could just need me to identify an artifact or do a star reading. Just because he needs a mage doesn't mean he needs magic. But you don't know, Kunal. You have no idea what you could be getting yourself into. I've made my decision. I've handled myself here, and what's out there can't be much worse. I'm your best friend. Can you blame me for worrying about you? You don't need to worry about me. Just, please, take care of yourself. Are you okay? I'm fine. Really, I am. Now, I know you've never traveled this way before. It's important that you don't make any mistakes. Right. When I activate the compass, close your eyes. Okay. Stay as still as you can. Got it. And last, stay focused. Teleportation can release a lot of residual magic if the traveler isn't powerful enough to direct the spell. And you're assuming that You were the one who asked me to come here and activate the runes for you. It's no different from meditation. Close your eyes, let the magic flow with your breath, then channel it through the mind. Focus on the incantation and you'll retain control. Right, I'll do that. I'll miss you, Kunal. I'm activating the compass. Ooh, man, this is pretty neat. I love her design, too. She's very pretty. Right, so eyes closed. Breathe in. Channel the magic. Focus on the incantation. Focus on... I don't know the incantation. I don't know the... And now we're being treated to a very, very interesting magical explosion that's going to lead to a very interesting interaction with the first potential love interest we meet. Dot dot dot. Hello? Who is this? Oh my god. What's this man doing in front of me? Oh my gosh. Oh man, he's already got me wet. Anyway, where am I? Your entire body begins to tremble from the cold. Are you alright? Oh shit, what voice did I use for Tariq? I gotta make a voice for him. Damn. What happened? Let's stand you up here. The man helps you to your feet. A shame the lake spoiled your entrance, friend. Excuse me for asking, but you are my mage, aren't you? Yes, are you Tariq? Indeed, I am Tariq. As for what happened, I had hoped you would be the one explaining. It was like nothing I've ever seen. The light from your arrival parted the clouds above, but when it faded I saw you floating in the water. I pulled you out only moments ago. I don't remember. I suppose you will want to dry yourself off. Shall I back away? Do you need much space? Pardon? After what I've just seen, surely you can use magic to dry yourself, right? As a frigid gust wafts across the valley, you double over in a renewed fit of shivers. This soon? 1 minute outside the college walls, and I'm being already called on to use magic. A drying spell? Of course there are drying spells. Children can perform drying spells. But I can't let them know that I can't. So, like I said, we are playing Truthful Kunal, and we are going to say, well, truthfully, I'm not much of a mage, or really a mage at all. People all my life have told me they expected great things from me, but the moment I got into school, all that ended. For nearly my entire life, I've been the biggest disappointment my family could ever have. And, it's a wonder they haven't demanded that I drop the family name in order to retain this pristine reputation. You begin to shiver too much to say anything clearly, so Tariq didn't actually understand anything we said. Or maybe not. Well, there's no way around it. You'll have to take your clothes off. Oh my gosh. What? And forgive me for assuming earlier that magic handled such mundane tasks. Surely it's reserved for much greater deeds. But regardless, we can't have you freezing in those wet robes, my friend. Please take them off. Oh my god, this is getting really intimate really quickly. I'll give you some of my own things to wear until we return to camp. You're kidding, right? I think you'll find that modesty only holds so long as you still have goods to be modest about. Are you talking about my dainty place? Oh my gosh. He's making me blush. Oh my god. I was supposed to be doing this seriously, but Tariq's so cute. Anyway. Look, there's no one else here to see, and I'll go elsewhere while you change. Your jaw aches from the strain of keeping it still enough to speak clearly. If you think it'll help, you try to pull the ties loose on your robes, but your fingers are stiff and uncooperative from the cold. Though, if you've already gone numb, you might have some trouble managing it on your own. So we have an option here. We can either let Tariq help us undress, or we can decline his help. And obviously, I mean, I'm already wet, so I'm ready to get these clothes off. So you have a point. Let me just... Oh my. Here, dry off with this. He unfurls his headscarf and hands it to you. As you dry your hair with Tariq's scarf, he walks behind you. Oh my gosh, this is... Oh my god, he's so cute. Oh my gosh. Tariq slides his hand underneath the soaked robes clinging to your shoulders and eases it down, bearing your torso to the open air. Oh my god. We just met, I'm wet, and my titties are already out for this dude. This is so beautiful. This is truly a storybook romance. To your surprise, you find out that you feel less cold already. Or perhaps you've ceased being able to feel much of anything. You only distantly notice that Tariq has already begun undoing the shirt tied around your hips. He takes the cloth into his hands and wrings what water he can from it before settling it on the snow. He removes his cloak, tunic, and a thick linen skirt and places them on the ground beside you. Oh man, I can't believe this is happening. Snow begins to drift down across the valley. Ah, that's better, isn't it? You notice that Tariq hasn't much left for himself to wear. Won't you be cold? So long as we stay ahead of the storm, I'll be fine. Though, let's give it no chances of catching us, agreed? The storm? It's this way, come on. Nearly blind from the furious snow gusting around you, you make out the sight of what appears to be... You're camping inside a cave? You're forced to shout to be heard over the howling wind. I don't presume to know what a mage would prefer, but I'm a man who has grown accustomed to having all of his toes and fingers intact, a luxury not afforded by remaining outside in freezing weather. So, if we are alike in mind, you'll join me inside. You follow Tariq into the cave. He gestures for you to sit down on a blanket opposite to a crackling fire. It appears my sister is asleep. And the merc isn't here either, though I doubt he'll want to stay out in the storm much longer. Tariq walks beside the fire and lays your wet robes out to dry before sitting down. Comfortable enough? Better than staying outside. Oh my god, we all look so cozy in here. Also, his sister is very cute. I like her. She's one of my favorite characters. But you'll need to watch the next parts to see this, because we're going to actually end the video pretty soon here. And we'll have a chance to interact with her more. But anyway, let's keep going. I had a feeling you wouldn't mind the cave for long. Kunal, there's something you should know. And what is it? The last member of our party, he's Elven. I know enough about the history of your people to be aware of, well, the possibility of problems. But I let him know before we left for the mountains that there would be a mage among us. He did not object, so there may be nothing to worry about. Ah, you're back. You look back towards the entrance to the cave. Oh my god, can y'all feel me blushing while I talk? You look back towards the entrance of the cave and see the man Tariq mentioned earlier. Lucky that you weren't too far from here when the storm hit. Kunal, meet Faroon. Faroon, Kunal. He's looking right at us. He's a bit of added protection I've decided to bring along this time. I'm not well known for being overly cautious, but when one has the chance to hire an elven mercenary, why not do it? In truth, I was hoping to hear a story or two from his past employments, but, well, he doesn't talk much. Regardless, it seems that at least you'll have quite a tale to take home with you. But don't worry, despite what happened earlier, I think your robes are thin enough to be... Out of the corner of your eye, you notice that Faroon has already shrugged off his thick fur coat and has just started pulling off another layer. I mean, we can't. How can we resist this? I'm sorry, Tariq. I do love you. I love you. You are the apple of my bosom, but I gotta look at this man. Hold on. Turning your head slightly to get a better look at the elven man, you watch as he strips off his tunic. Oh my god, his chest hair. Hello. Kunal? Question mark. What you looking at over there, boy? I'm sorry, what were you saying? I asked if you thought you might want to borrow some extra clothes when we set off tomorrow. Oh, I might. Thanks. Of course. Mercenary? Why would we need a mercenary with us? Tariq? What sort of things might we encounter that would, require a mercenary? Protection from my own optimism, perhaps. I've made the mistake of being kind a few times too many. This kind of work, do you know what they say about it? About people like me? You shake your head no. They say we should be hung, drowned, burned, or skinned alive, among other equally thrilling activities. Raiding a tomb, they say, is despicable, an affront to the gods and to the dead, and other nonsense. Truthfully, I'm of a mind the dead have no need for jewels, nor, I think, do the gods. But armed protection serves me well, given that most would rather see me dead than enter their markets with my cursed wares. To my knowledge, no tomb has ever held anything blessed by a god, let alone something cursed by one. Nevertheless, the stigma against my work has proved troublesome at times. Oh, I see. The superstitions are only a small consideration. I have a greater need to protect against the ones I hire to assist my sister and I on our raids. ... Oh, what do you mean by that? Suffice to say, If someone has no fear of the gods, they've no fear of me either. Those situations can become complicated, especially when treasure is involved. I've had swords held to my neck on more than one occasion. The worst I had to fear at the college were paper cuts. You gulp. Take it from me, it isn't possible to be paying a so-called honest man for dishonest work. That's actually a very astute observation. It took me years to learn that lesson. My own fault, thinking that there might be someone worth trusting in the world. Oh God. Does he know? Is he giving me a chance to confess? Wishful thinking. It tends to cause one undue trouble too often to hold on to it. As does, well, idiocy. I'd like to think I've rid myself of both. But nevertheless, there do come times where even I can't get by on my own. You're here as a testament to that. Although, you're, quite a sight nicer than most of the assistants I tend to bring along with me. Oh my God, he's flirting with me. Something about your eyes. There's a softness there that's, well, reassuring. Perhaps the extra protection won't be necessary. Tariq smiles at you. You're torn between Tariq's compliments and the second implication of his words. Even if he does trust me, or, well, trust me for now, if he's brought on Faroon on my account, I suppose that does make sense, an elf to counter a mage. Even if I could do any magic, elves can't be harmed by it. Even so, all this talk of trust, I can't help but think. So we're having a flashback here. What happens when you can't do the magic he's hired you to do? What will he do with you then? Adita. Something just occurred to me. Tariq's voice snaps you out of your anxious musing. It may be very well that Faroon simply doesn't understand me. I'm not one to boast, but I'm quite a hand at languages. I even recognized yours when you'd only said a few words. Truthfully, I was rather relieved when you spoke in a tongue that I could understand quite readily. Surprised, too. I'd have thought you'd use your people's language. ... But it's no matter. If I recall correctly, Elven and the Mage language are quite similar. Yes, that's true. Perhaps you can try your hand at talking with him. What does it matter if the languages are similar if I can barely speak any of my own people's language? Perhaps I'll explain that to Faroon. If he only understands Elvish, he won't be able to tell Tariq I can't really speak it. Tariq won't be suspicious, at least not for now. I'll see what I can do. You turn to face Faroon. Excellent! I'm sure you'll be able to manage. You take a deep breath. And this is where we are going to end the video. So I actually already uploaded parts 2, 3, 4, and 5, and I've shown the multiple endings you can unlock in this game. I'm a little bit more chatty in my future videos. Don't forget, this is a re-recording of the first one. I did that in part because the audio on my first video was very washed out. I messed up when I was messing around with the sound, and so it's very quiet, and then also like almost all of the bass is taken out of my voice and it just sounds weird. But anyway, I want to thank y'all for watching. If y'all checked this out and you got this far, I really appreciate it. I'm really excited about Eldet. I'm going to link the developer's blog and the Kickstarter page in the description. Originally this game was going to be released next month in September 2017, but the creator did delay it so they could work on a few other things. They haven't given a concrete release date, but it still looks promising. The creator updates us on their progress every month, and they show that they really have been really working at it, and it looks like it's worth the wait, honestly, because they've been doing a lot of improvements. But anyway, if you liked this, don't forget to consider checking out my Earthbound videos. And otherwise, thank y'all for watching, have a good one, and goodbye.